3, 2, 1. Booster ignition. And liftoff. The crew of Artemis 2 now bound for the moon. Humanity's next great voyage begins.
All right, everybody, it is a big, big week this week for Team America. First, NASA SLS. Huge shout out to my friends over on the SLS team in a huge win, bringing people back to the moon. Incredible, incredible work. I've been following along with these guys for years as they've been working on this thing, and I know all the work that went in behind the scenes. Amazing to see it all come to fruition. And what were the chances that it would happen the same week as our big win and getting kayaks out the door and seeing them start to land with our customers? Super, super exciting stuff. Awesome time to be an American. Second of all, the trip around the moon wasn't without its difficulties.
Notes of the kind of burning heater smell that was coming from toilet several times. Was never identified as the source.
Okay, all jokes aside, we had a likewise week this week. Not quite exactly the perfect execution we wanted, but we're working through it. So right out of the gate, everyone, we're starting to see some videos come out. It's really exciting seeing the feedback. Everyone's really excited. Everyone's been great, but there were a few hiccups along the way. And like I said, we're gonna be the first ones to share with you what those were. The first one we ran into, first boat arrives, straight out of the box. We've worked so hard to get this thing perfect and make sure that that experience of pulling it out of the box is perfect. Nope.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
Swing and a miss. So we were so close. We tested everything. We were so sure that it was all right. And we get the first call, and out of the box, kayak doesn't work. You gotta be kidding me. How is this possible? What could possibly be going on? So we get the call and the pump won't prime. What does that mean? It means the pump isn't pulling water. How is that possible? What could we possibly do to make this thing not work? Luckily, I stole some inspiration from NASA, and before we shipped the original boats, I actually created exact identical boats to the ones that we shipped out, just like NASA does. When they send that capsule out into space, they have an exact duplicate that they keep on hand, so if they have a problem, they can go to that duplicate and work the problem and figure out what's going on. So we got the call and went straight to work, Apollo 13 style, figuring out what the heck was going on and what could we have possibly missed. So I think it took us about 8.5 minutes to work the problem and figure out what was going on. So here's the story. Turns out, torque spec on all the bolts, we checked everything 10 different times. What we didn't catch was that because we were testing so much so fast, that what we didn't test was a week's interval of time. So what happened was on the pump bolts, we torqued them all properly, but when we would test, we were testing and checking and going through things, and we never sat and let it sit for a week. The week in transit from the time we torqued the bolts till the time it arrived allowed enough time for the gaskets to compress, and that loosened the bolts, and that compromised the seal on the pump. Dang. But fix was real simple. Spoiler alert, we are giving you a toolkit with the boat, which came in real handy because we needed to tighten up 2 screws. So we're real quickly able to get a PSA together, get that over, we're on the phone with the customer, work through the problem, tightened up those 2 screws, and we're off to the races. So first problem, first solution, that's a big win. It's really exciting. Of all the things that could have been a problem, I'm super glad it was tightened 2 screws. So to any of the first customers, I know there's a lot of boats in transit right now. If you're one of those first people, just be aware, we'll send you over the instructions on how to do it, but it's literally just go in with the screwdriver, you tighten up 2 screws, you'll be good to go. So that's awesome. We also did have one of the boats so far came in damaged. That was sad. Luckily the customer wasn't bothered, but we're gonna hook him up with some swag as a thank you for being awesome about it. I think it hurt my feelings a lot more than his because we spent so much time making sure these boats going out the door were absolutely perfect, and we put so much time into the packing arrangement and everything else, and to see a simple careless driver tear up the boat, it's, you know, even a little scratch, it hurts my soul. So working through that, I mean, we're analyzing the damage and looking at what could we have possibly done to protect it there. Outside of crating it, I don't know if there's anything we could have done. It looked like it was just pushed up against a metal object in the truck as it, you know, rattled its way across the country. So we're looking into that to see if there's anything we can do. I do have some ideas down the road of how we might be able to make that better, but right now we're hopeful the rest of these all get intact, no scratches. That's what we're going for. But yeah, exciting stuff. So we got the first boats out the door. You're starting to see some of the content getting posted, and to all the customers posting content, I'm sorry because you're going to get a lot of questions. There's a lot of people really excited, and everyone wants to know everything about it from your perspective, which is really exciting, and I hope you're excited about it too. Also, so we got boats rolling out the door, and we want to give an opportunity to everybody, like we said a week ago, to get on the boat. So this coming Sunday is the Yakka Bass Team Series, and it's going to be up at Lake Berryessa at Steel Canyon Campground. If you're available, it's going to be from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. We're going to be up there with kayaks, letting people try them out. We're going to do some filming, and if you're like me, and you've always kind of wondered, what is this kayak bass fishing scene? I gotta be honest with you, I've been stalking these guys for years. I'm kind of excited to finally get to go to one and actually meet these guys and get firsthand experience, because I have been jealous because I've watched them and how they fish and studied how the kayak works and how they use it and all of that. But really what I took away was how much fun these guys are having, even outside of just the fishing, just being able to go camping and hang out with your buddies. It looks like a lot of fun. So I'm excited to go this weekend. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna get up there. And if you've ever been curious about trying it out, you should come check it out. It's the perfect excuse. Come try out a FluxJet kayak. Come check out the kayak scene. It's going to be a lot of fun. Come on up. And then we're working on the second date still. Bureaucracy, as usual, is hanging us up right now. But if nothing else, I may just show up at the lake one Sunday. And if you wanted to just come by randomly, I'll let you know soon where that's going to be, where I'll be. And maybe we just do an impromptu, informal, definitely not a real FluxJet event, but kayaks will be there. And if you wanted to try one, we could just try it out. So, anywho, gonna be a lot of fun. If you're in the area, come on by, let us know. And yeah, exciting stuff. We got a lot more kayaks to build, a lot more stuff going out the door. Thank you for sticking with us. Really appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.